Good morning, everybody. Okay, so this is number two recording because apparently I can't record a video without either a major stain or a freaking gray hair hanging off my shirt. And I'm sick of it. So here's a rant. Stop it, head. Stop shedding. Jeebus. You know, when I was dark haired, I didn't wear a lot of jewel tones because it just didn't look all that great. But now that I'm more gray, I like wearing the darker colors, but I can't because I end up looking like a freaking ratty person who never washes their clothes. I mean, I look like that anyways because I'm not much of an ironer. But come on, I'm so sick of this. I've had to record I don't know how many things over again because I didn't see a little silver strand or whatever, and I just don't like that look. It drives me crazy. Same thing with dog hair. Sorry, but get rid of the dog hair. I mean, I understand you love your pet, but sorry, that's just a personal thing. But yeah, so I finally said, fine, I'll wear a freaking white shirt. That should end that problem. We'll see. If you end up seeing a gray hair, please feel free to point it out. Arrgh, I get so mad at crap like that. Okay, welcome to day 6. So here's the deal. I too am getting sick of this format, so I'm going to change it up. And also, I pulled out one. I do have one of these. Do I ever use it? No, I do not. Until it's too late. So, yeah, sorry. So we're gonna do another reading with a new perspective in mind. Sorry, I keep hitting the microphone too. God, I keep saying I'm gonna get better at it, and I don't, which is just rude. So I'm gonna really try to get better at it. So we're gonna start with, as always, Heather Hopes and her. Maybe I should start with Runners of the Sun. Do I have it nearby? I do not. Okay, so that answers that question. So we'll start with the Inner Compass Oracle, per usual. And so yeah, I'm changing things up because as I mentioned or did I don't know. Like I said, this is the second recording of this, and I get confused as to what I said that time. This time, have I already said it ages ago or whatever? But I'm getting tired of this format. I really like the Darkside Skelet Workbook, but the format's getting kind of old. So we're gonna change it up. I may look at a book just to clarify something I'm looking at for me, but I'm gonna try not to. Why does this look weird? I don't know. I feel like I'm off balance or something. My shirt's crooked or something. God, whatever. I'm a freaking mess. No, really, but sometimes don't you feel like that? Like you just wake up in the morning, you're like, I do not have my crap together today. Make sure I didn't just mess everything up. And so I'm okay. So let's bring it down to do a shuffle, and I can do this. Just come on, plastic decks. I love plastic decks. I'm beginning to have a love-hate relationship with plastic decks because they're so freaking slick. So you do have to stay focused when you're shuffling them, and you have to stay kind of well balanced. Otherwise, they fly out of whatever order they're in super quickly. And 9 times out of 10, they end up on the floor, which is also annoying. So there's that. Okay, so I'm using the James Radcliffe RWS 2.0, available on Make Playing Cards, and I'm using the Inner Compass Oracle, Heather Hopes, which is available at Etsy. So our first pull is Roots. Second pull is Growth. There you go. And third is Creativity. Here's the Roots. Is it Rooted or Roots? Rooted, sorry, Rooted. Get my fingers out of the way so you can see it. Rooted. Next is Growth. And the third is Creativity. And this is already speaking to the topic of today, which is changing things up. I made a commitment to do this 7 days in a row, but after I don't know, day 5, it was kind of lackluster. I just, you really have to be in the mood to reflect on your life and tell stories. And it takes, for me at least, it takes a lot of mental energy and emotional energy to reflect back on those fun. They're frequently really fun situations, but it doesn't matter. It requires mental effort, mental energy, and it always leaves me a little drained afterwards, regardless of the story. And so, sorry, I'm so wrinkly. I don't own an iron. Anyways, so I really want to change things up. And as much as YouTube, one of the first pieces of advice YouTube people tell you is don't pay attention to subscribers, but you can't help but do that early on because you just do. And so you watch your channel kind of grow, and then all of a sudden people start leaving, and you're like, oh God, what have I done? And I have to remind myself that I've done nothing. I'm just doing what I'm doing. And people are either watching it or not. And I know I unsubscribe to videos that I know I'm going to watch anyways and I don't want to get the notices or whatever, or I unsubscribe because I just don't go back to their channel very often and I've got too many subscriptions or whatever. But it never is, rarely, a comment on their content. And yet it's very difficult as someone who's doing this to not look at some subscribers leaving and think to yourself, oh my God, what have I done? Who have I turned off? What did I say? And so I get that, and so I need to I need to focus on growth of myself, not my channel, but myself, in terms of understanding that that's just the way it is. I mean, it's interesting because there's times when my subscribers just won't do anything. I mean, they'll just lay flat for a really long time, and then all of a sudden they'll increase by 4 or 5 in a day, and I'm like, what happened? And maybe that's the algorithm coming into play. I don't know how it all works. I'm quite naive in all of that, and maybe I should be educate myself on that. But well, I should educate myself. It's not maybe, I just should. If I want to grow this channel at all, like I said, I'm not trying to make a business out of it. But I would like to grow it and have fun doing so. And part of that is going to be changing it up when I think I need to. Yeah. So, and I think, so a couple of things. I need to understand, I think, in myself. Well, let's lay these cards down and then we'll do the reading. So number 1 is the King of Cups. Under Rooted. Next card is the Death card. That's so amazing this card came up. Under Growth. And the Hermit. Under Creativity. Isn't that interesting? See, now I'm immediately reading this as... So I spoke about the King of Cups yesterday as being like... Or no, it was in the One Tarot card VR. That the King of Cups I think of as my brother. And under Rooted, it makes perfect sense that he is my rock, he is my roots, he's my family. And so it's just interesting that this little reminder has shown up. And then Death, I never think of death as literal death. I think of it as transformation, metamorphosis, moving on, moving into new and interesting things. Under the Growth card here is just so symbolic in my mind in terms of what I'm going through right now. The last couple of days have just been a lackluster effort on my part, I think. I was forcing not forcing them, but I was telling stories that, may have been interesting, but I don't think they were that interesting to me. I felt like I was kind of grasping at straws. And I was tired because, like I said, this kind of stuff requires a fair amount of mental and emotional energy for me to produce. I don't mean produce as in a video way. I just mean produce out of me. And so the idea, and plus, did I say this already? I know I said it in the other one. I'm not sure I said it in this one. I apologize for yesterday's lateness. I actually was done with it in the afternoon, but it would not upload. Well, it would upload, but it would upload like no... It was so slow, it wouldn't even tell me what the end time was. How when you, for those who don't know, when you upload a video, your computer or the YouTube will generally tell you about how long it's going to be. And normally it's in the 20 to 40 minute range. Yesterday it didn't even tell me, and I was like, okay, this is going this is going to take a while. And then it did. And when it finally told me how much longer it was going to be, it was like 5 hours or something, which is, I mean, I checked my internet speed. I checked everything from my end, and everything was working fine. So I don't know what the hell happened there. But anyway, so it finally uploaded at like 11 or something. Which is maybe the universe saying, maybe it wasn't worth uploading. I mean, I wasn't all that happy with it. There's some that I really enjoy posting, but that one, I don't know. It just, I don't know. I wasn't into it, and I think that's part of what you need to be, is into it. And so it really made me reflect kind of last night after it finally uploaded, and then it kind of kept me up last night. I kept kind of dreaming of kind of YouTube and bleh. I don't know why it's stuck in my brain. But I kind of woke up this morning with the thought that I need to change things up. I haven't quite found my pace yet. And I'm sure it takes a while for anybody doing this, starting out, to find your pace, to find your rhythm, to find where if there's a mastery or an expertise you want to share, what that is. And the clear thing here for me is that tarot is not it. I mean, tarot is my interest, but it's not my expertise. And maybe that's turning people off. I don't know. Because and it's funny when I go back and look at some of the readings, I'm talking about them in the video, whatever. And then when I'm watching them back, I find a way to tie all the cards together that I just didn't see when I was doing the reading. And that may be irritating to people. It's irritating to me to watch because I'm like, well, how did you miss that? But, there it is. So anyways, I just think this is so interesting. So growth under the death card just makes perfect sense to me, and I feel like that's what I am approaching. On the first reading I did, I could have recreated it, but I chose not to. I decided to do a whole new one. On the first one, this in this space was the Hanged Man, and I wonder if he's in here anywhere nearby, because it's such a beautiful card. First of all, in this deck, and it was so funny because, well, I had it upside down so you could all see it the way it's supposed to be. Sorry, and now I'm just wasting your time, but I really want to show this to you because it was so interesting, to me at least. Oh, come on, really? Last card you want to find? It just never fails. Oh, upside down. Isn't that the case? You're looking for a card, and you're never going to find it because, it's going to be the last card. It's always the last place you look. That's what they always say. Here it is. So while you guys were looking at it this way, so it was on the table so you could see it the right side, I was looking at it this way. And it just killed me because I was like, yes. I mean, and it was under the oracle card I pulled was magic. And I thought, yeah, there's the magic right there. Thinking in a new way, thinking in a new perspective. Absolutely. So that cracked me up. But anyway, so the death card's doing the same exact thing to me, which is time for change, time for metamorphosis. So that's what we're up to. That's what we're up to, peeps. That's what we're going to do. And then creativity with the Five of Cups. I think kind of moving away from where I've been and realize that there's two full cups right here. So move away from what you've been doing with, I think this is a reminder to say no regrets. Even though this card says, regrets or whatever it says. I don't know. What does it say? Okay, I'm going to look it up because this is not a card I'm well versed in. You have a disappointment you must accept. Hidden possibilities have not revealed themselves. There you go. Exactly. Let me read that again. You have disappointment you must accept. Yes. Hidden possibilities have not revealed themselves yet. Disappointment and sadness from lost. And the prompt is so interesting. What is a disappointment you experienced that you now see as a necessary gift? And in many ways, I know you guys are probably tired of hearing that, but in many ways, it was the death of my dad. It was a beautiful experience to spend the last 3 years with him. And yet, as I've expressed to many people in a similar situation, and it was the very hardest thing for me to learn, is that, I mean, I was in a battle for his life, and for his life, for his comfortable life. And it was a battle I was going to lose. And that took me a long time to understand. And I made reference to it in a story previously. But in that way, it gave me such a gift. Number one, it gave me a gift of such wonderful memories with him. And it gave me a gift to respect every single day of my life going forward. That a life of comfort and health and well-being, as simple things as food on the table and water in the well, as they say, is a gift. And it's so precious, and I'm so thankful for it. So there you go. So this is walking away from these and turning around today to look at these. That's where we're at. And it's under creativity, which means to me, everything about this read says to me, you're moving in the right direction. Good job. Yay. So that's where we're at today, people, watching the metamorphosis of Nancy, and I promise to get an iron at some point because I know this is bad. This is right up there with dog hair. So, thank you so much for stopping by. I do appreciate it. I hope your days are swell going forward. And this was day 6. We've got one more day to go tomorrow, and then I will have completed my task because I'm not going to quit in the middle of it. But thanks for hanging with me for as long as you have. And we'll see you tomorrow. Star and Flurry out.